Oh,
Yeah.
we are live.
We're live. We are alive.
We're alive. We're live. We're not live, like, but we're live as you can get online.
Yes.
And we're alive. That's the important part.
Hello, conscious dancers. I'm Diana from the Conscious Dance Festival. And today I have a very, very special good friend of mine, Maneesha McClure, with me. She is one of our facilitators for the upcoming online edition of the Conscious Dance Festival, which will be happening this Sunday. And Manisha will be facilitating a beautiful technique called Dance Alchemy, a transformative body based therapy that uses a lot of dancing. Hello, Manisha.
Hello, Diana. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here with me.
It's always a joy to be with you and to share, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Manisha is in Sedona, Arizona, very far away from Europe. It's morning time for you right now.
It's morning time. I'm looking at a beautiful pine tree and a very high red rock that looks like a chimney and a beautiful blue sky. And it's cold. It's froze last night. But in the day, it warms up and we can even sit outside in the middle of the day.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice. Manisha, you are the creator of Dance Alchemy, and I would like you to tell us more about what is this beautiful technique that you created.
Mm. Yeah. So dance alchemy is not actually, it's not a dance technique as techniques go. It's not modern or hip hop or African, although all those things can be part of it, of course, if people do those things. But it is about really an inner work with the possibility of how we change when we dance, how our perception of life shifts when we dance. It is a work with inner alchemy. We have the potential not to live up here in our minds. And that's why many of us are moving on a path of meditation, because there's something deeper of our intelligence, of our connectedness and our knowing, deeper than the head and all the thoughts. So, this is really about how magical is dance to help with us, help transforming things that when we think about them, they just stay stuck, but that when we dance them, feel them, and bring love and acceptance to them, and allow the aliveness of everything that happens to us. With those three things, a certain alchemy starts to happen, like a chemistry, like a change inside. And when we can live the things that come up in us, life is constantly triggering us, giving us this situation, that situation, just the astrological energies that are around or affecting us. There's always things that we can feel if we are um, trying to manage them rather than welcoming and being with these things in an alive way, in a present way. Then managing becomes stressful, and we
Yeah.
create more trauma than we already may have from our past. So, but if we can welcome life and all these things that come as a gift, as something that is given to us to be with and feel and live, and we can really feel when we actually dance something, it helps us to be able to live also in life. If we can dance our anger, then that can be with us when we need to make a decision or stand up for ourselves. If we can dance our sadness, that ability to be present can be with us when we're in a sad situation or to open up to love. So we have to We don't have to, but the gift that life is giving is to live these things. So in Dance Alchemy, that is our focus. It is about finding your own dance, for one thing, not just doing a certain movement that is led by somebody else, which is also great for our brain and our bodies to learn things. But the focus is more on our own way. We're also unique of expressing, of dancing, of feeling things. It's focused on that expression and also deepening all the time our presence and our presence in a loving way. When we don't accept things, they become painful, they become problems. The
Mm.
magic is that when we accept them and welcome them and can live them, not just sitting there accepting, but can let them do what they need to do, they give us something, they're not a problem. And that inner alchemy is what Dance Alchemy is about, in a nutshell. Many dimensions to it, but in a nutshell, it's about that acceptance, that aliveness, that living things 100%, and that watching and presence. Each of
It's
those things separately changes things. Together, it's
it sounds to me like a combination of therapy, dance, and meditation.
yes, you could say that. You could say that because this is one of the things that has come along now. Um, Now there's more of them, let's put it that way. When I began, it was new on this planet, what Osho brought, and that's where my work came from.
Mm.
So when I started, it was one of the newer things. Now there are more things where therapy actually involves the body, involves movement and expression, because it doesn't all happen through talking
Yes.
or thinking. So yes, you can say it does combine that dance expression, which is so joyous by itself. And can we bring that to express those things in us that would become a problem or already are because they were held back in us earlier? Then they're painful, and helps them to live. But that can only happen through a loving acceptance of ourselves, which we have learned not to do. We've all learned not to accept our feelings, not to allow them. And so we think something's wrong with us.
Yeah.
There's where the therapy part comes in. We have to understand all that. So, yes, it is part of the process, especially in a longer process, but you do start to see it even in just an event or a class, especially in a longer process to address those things that keep us tied to the old way of thinking we're wrong and our feelings are wrong, our bodies are wrong, and brings a new possibility. Yeah.
I had to take a deep breath listening to this. It's like something in me ah,
Mm,
woke
yeah.
up and said, yes, yes. I want more of this acceptance instead of trying to change things, which I know very much from myself. Fighting, fighting things that are just there, instead of saying, okay, it's how it is. Let's dance it out.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
It takes
especially
courage.
as you just mentioned before, no, what we're living in these days, in these times, we're locked down. We're not able to do freely in the way we normally do. The bodies are starting to get different shapes, and I'm not talking about just getting fat because I'm just eating and sitting here not moving, but not being able to move that aliveness that we actually all have, you
Yeah.
know. So wonderful. I'm very, very happy that you're joining us this Sunday, 21st of February. We're going to have from 4 to 8 p.m. in the Berlin time the first edition of the Conscious Dance Festival online, and everyone here listening to Maneesha is very welcome to join us. I'm gonna leave the link in the post, so you can just click there and read more all the details about our beautiful event this Sunday. Maneesha, I would also like to know what moved you to create Dance Alchemy. What was this moment where you said, okay, now I'm gonna go this way, and I'm not gonna go and do classic therapy or another type of therapy.
Mm. Yeah, I always loved to dance. Um, so that was already in me. And I was in a little experimental company and starting to work in that way. Um, Modern dance at that time was called. I, when I got into meditation and met Osho, something completely changed. And of course, I can look back and understand a lot of it is that he brought an understanding to the world about um, the dimensions of reaching high in consciousness and living here on the earth in a body have been separated for centuries, and that we have to have both. We have to reach higher, but not go into the mountains and the Himalayas and just be quiet and starve ourselves. Nor do we just want to live a life of greed and getting ourselves okay in life and trying to figure out how to have money and not be lonely and all the things we try to figure out, but something higher and beyond that that we long for as well. So he called it the Zorba the Buddha, Zorba the Greek, who celebrated everything and was so alive, so in his body, yet a Buddha. So he said this was possible. So now I understand that's what really was the foundation of my longing for this. But at the time, I really felt like something just happened to me inside that started coming through me after a long time of a lot of dancing and singing and meditation and a lot of therapy groups and a lot of different things we were doing. I started to feel something just coming that I had to follow. And I feel like it was the essence of that he brought to this earth at that time. And now it has evolved into a work that I can teach and share for us all to use in our lives. But at the time, I felt like it was a transmission and something that I received or understood that happened. I didn't even know what it was or where it was going. I just had to keep following it and stand in a thing that I couldn't say, well, I do this or that. It didn't fit with anything else. Stand in what I felt was right, was coming through me. So I've always felt just this longing to share that, to bring what is possible in dance. That is kind of what I most love to do in life, is to share that and discover more and more with everyone I dance with, everyone I work with. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you. You also mentioned right now, like in those times with Osho. I know that you were with him very in the early time. Um, you even were in the ranch in Oregon, which is nowadays everyone is talking about it again.
That's
um,
another chapter.
yeah, another chapter. Yes,
All of us.
exactly. How
Chapter.
was it? How is it to be in this intensity of dancing with a living master?
That is a big question, Diana. I can say I feel so blessed. I know it took me going for it, saying yes, getting there, but in a way, all I had to do was say yes. There was a force moving me towards that situation. And to be in a place where many people are working together and all joined by this unknown something that we're opening up to, and yet learning and relating and being ourselves and following our own individual way within this beautiful accepting space where he was in a way guiding many of us, through many dimensions of our being, breaking the ice of the conditioning of the society and centuries of different societies and different religions and rules, breaking all those rules that keep us small. And that was really a fabulous work. Oops. Okay, let's go. Coming back. Yes, sorry. um, so it was heaven. If you want to know the truth, it was heaven to be together with other seekers where we all were in tremendous love, even if we were falling apart and experiencing all kinds of emotions that were difficult or changes and moving with life so 100% totally. I feel blessed. I feel that time of my life was the best, although it continues on and on and on. So what was I answering? I'm just like, it, it was a gift. It was really a gift. And to have experienced it so deeply and to be able to feel those moments now in life, if I'm in a talking with you, or I'm in a session, or I'm in the group where we are all seekers together in the heart, opening up to some unknown, because we don't know what's going to happen in each moment of a workshop or a group, in each of us or all together. So to be in that Buddha field situation again, to me is a blessing. We don't have any more of those places where we can go. That we have a few where we can go when we can go, because right now we can't even move. But there are a few places where there's similar situations. But to create that in our daily life as much as possible, that's what I feel is helping us. We help each other when we do things together.
Very nice. I'm imagining, I'm imagining this little Maneesha dancing around Osho. How is it? You said the word transmission. So, was he in one way or another guiding you to develop the work that nowadays you call dance alchemy?
I feel like I got something inside and I wanted to let it grow. And I felt there's nothing else I could do. Uh, or let's say it like this. Of course I can do other things, but there's nothing more important for me to do. So he didn't tell me. He doesn't do that. He leaves us so free on our individual paths. But he did support me later on at several stages where I was only doing my work outside the ashram. And then he sent a message that he wanted me to do a dance meditation training in the ashram, um, where there wasn't space for something. And then he said a few things that made sure there was space for that, for the dance. It was at that time called dance meditation and then dance energy transformation. He did support it, but no, I haven't been told what to do or how to do it. It just came out of what I felt inside and what I learned with different teachers and different. Um, I was lucky enough to study with incredible group leaders in the ashram, all kinds of different therapies, including Kavisha and Waduda, who have different names now, who taught me a lot about energy. That made rooted the understanding even deeper. And many of the understandings I learned about how we grow and conditioning in childhood from many different therapies all helped it because I understood how those things all weave together. We have to work with those, but my way is through the dance alchemy. And yeah, a transmission is not instructions, it's receiving something. And I feel that Osho has transmitted to all his people something that is not do this or do that, because that's your own individuality. But whatever we imbibed, that is a transmission of something that is greater and so beyond words. I mean, how are we going to put words on life in a way and how that came through him and the potential of human beings that he embodied and was pointing to the door for us to walk through for that.
Wonderful. Very, very, very sweet words. Thank you, Maneesha. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate this. Yeah. Maneesha has also trainings. You are doing the first training online.
Yeah. Wow. It's amazing. I
Yes.
never knew before this year. It's one of the blessings of this pandemic that we can come together with so many people from everywhere, from all over the world, who might not otherwise be able to travel to get to one place, but also that I actually can feel we can feel each other even over continents and oceans. I mean, I'm still blown away by that that is possible.
I find
Um,
this also fascinating to just come with a lot of people from so many different places, and in the distance we still manage to create this group energy.
yes,
Something that I think before the pandemic we were not. So there were already people doing this type of work online, but now it became very present and very much.
yes,
Now we know that it is possible to feel each other even in the distance, even through a camera, even through the internet.
yes, yes.
So we're gonna have a short taste of Manisha's wonderful work this Sunday. Don't miss it. You're gonna love it. I promise you guys. Thank you so much, Manisha. It's been a huge pleasure to have you
You're
with us.
welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm so happy that you're also in my training,
Yay!
continuing with part two soon. And I'm happy that I get to be with whoever comes on this special Sunday. And yeah, maybe we'll announce some other surprises then.
Very nice. Okay, conscious dancers, you heard this Sunday, 4 o'clock p.m. Berlin time. We're gonna have a really beautiful event with Gaga dance. We're gonna have Dance Alchemy. We're gonna have live music. We're gonna have also guided meditation, 4 hours for yourself to dive deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself. You can follow our Instagram page or our Facebook page to stay connected with us. Also, you can just visit our website, consciousdancefestival.com. See you guys. Thank you, Maneesha.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.